And now let's stay with that story. The issue around the protection of whistleblowers, or the lack thereof, has again raised its ugly head. And barely weeks after testifying before the Madlanga Commission probing allegations of corruption and the criminal justice system, witness D was brutally killed on Friday night in an apparent hit in Ekurhuleni's Brakpan. And for more on this, let's now bring in Whistleblower House CEO Ben Theron for more on this conversation. He joins us now via our video link. And Ben, thank you so much for your time here on SABC News. Let's start off here. What is your reaction to those harrowing events we saw last night take place in Ekurhuleni? Of course, the killing of witness D.
Good evening and thank you for having us. It is absolutely scary. I was watching the commission last night, finishing off for the last day for this year. And suddenly I got the news that there has been a murder. And that's shocking. I mean, I'm watching the minister being interviewed and interrogated, and then the news arrives that a few days, a month ago, last month, 2 weeks, a witness that shared terrible stories about torture in a room, how he helped convey a body and discard of it. Suddenly he's dead. And it's a key witness because he squarely placed the Deputy Commissioner in the facility, and he got instructions from that. So the 1+1 to us is not very far-fetched. We know exactly where to go and look. I'm hoping this will be a very short investigation and not something that will take years. This is a simple one. This is not random killing. This is a targeted hit to silence a witness.
And Ben, I mean, looking at the reports coming out last night, a number of people saying that, well, he did cite that he felt as if his life was under threat. At the same time this morning, hearing from Minister Kubai is saying that he was offered protection, but he declined, saying that he runs a security company. What do you make of the turnarounds of these events, particularly when it comes to the protection of this witness?
The difficulty we as whistleblower protectors and in the industry is always that it's the individual's choice whether they want to be assisted in terms of security or not. When you put somebody in witness protection, it is very intrusive. When you take somebody who feels threatened and you want to put them in a safe environment, you in fact lock them away in a safe environment. They cut off from their people that they know, and they effectively become isolated. And people realize that, and therefore they're very hesitant to do this. I suspect that Mr. van der Merwe thought that in the industry that he works, he understands the environment, he understands the dangers. I suspect that he thought that he will be able to put the necessary precautions in place so that him and his family can be protected. The fact that he was murdered in front of his family is very scary because his family could have been taken out at the same time. And all I can say is the family has got a very long road to travel. Psychologically, the trauma that they suffer now will take a long time to heal.
And what does this mean then, Ben, when it comes to more witnesses who may come forward or who wanted to come forward and testify before the Madlanga Commission? I mean, the president there today is saying that this may now deter others from coming forward. What are your thoughts on that?
I suspect that this is also a message to other people with information that says, if you come forward, remember the commission has been established to investigate SAPS, then the Metropolitan Police, both in all three areas, Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. And these are very powerful people. There's lots of money there. There's lots of funds. I mean, the amount of money that we talk about when it comes to Cap Maklala is a lot of money. So there's a message in here that says, guys, if you want to go to the commission, be aware your life is in danger. What I'm hoping the commission will do between now, they finished their work last night, and until they open in January, is to review all their processes. And the minister spoke about that this morning. I'm hoping that they will review their processes, and when they open up their doors in January, they will have different processes. For example, before a witness or somebody who appears there, appears, they need to do an evaluation on the threats, do a threat analysis, make sure the person who they intend to expose and what they intend to expose, and depending on that threat analysis, they will then be able to put steps in place to ensure that the whistleblower or the witness is then protected appropriately. They also need to educate the witness that comes in about the threats involved and the potential assistance that can be given to those witnesses, because that's critical. We cannot afford for this commission not to have witnesses, because without the witnesses, this commission is going to go nowhere.
And now that we know what we know, considering what took place yesterday, and like you're saying that, some can even have more threats, can we also see reports from the commission saying, well, other witnesses are now declining to come forward?
I can guarantee you that. And then the commission will have to use the subpoena powers, which is not the ideal solution. But it will have to be used if you have no choice. Today, after last night, I was on TV this morning. We've had a number of calls of people to say, we have information, we didn't know what to do, at least now we know you can talk to you. How do you help us? How do we work forward, etc.? So there's a lot of work for the Whistleblower House going forward in the next few days to prepare for January and put them in contact with the Commission and make sure they are in contact with the right people with whom they can talk. I'm talking about the evidence leaders, those people that go out and do the investigations, as well as the security team there.
All right, Ben, thank you so much for your time. That's Ben Theron, CEO of Whistleblower House. They're giving us his thoughts when it comes to witness D, who was gunned down last night, and the full view of his family.